Hello to other pros of the Lord. Welcome back to the channel, Net of Pros. Today, I will be sharing with you a dream that I had back in 2019. Back in late October of 2019. And it started off as, before the dream started off, I went to a retreat and back in October 2019. And then the Lord spoke to me in November of 2019. And so the dream starts as this. I saw that we were in a church service and there was no more churches. The churches had to be held outside. There were no buildings of churches. So I saw what looked rather small gathering of followers that were outside what looked like a parking lot of a mall. And as I was right there in that service, outside it, right in the open, that's when we saw, the whole congregation that was there, we saw that a man that was dressed as in camel's hair, and like in the old times. Just picture someone from the old times, like you read the John the Baptist, something similar like that. He had like camel's hair on his clothing, and he was riding a chariot. And that chariot was, just picture it as old as you can, and he was riding down the street. And then as the preaching was going, that rider was coming. And when the rider was coming, everybody looked because he was attention. Then he made a right turn on that street, and he continued. He made a right turn and he continued. And when he continued, that's when the word of the Lord came to me. And I wrote it down because I didn't want to forget. And the word of the Lord came to me and it said, the book of Revelation has started. It was for me to say it to the church. That word was for me to get up and say to the church, to say, the book of Revelation has started. As soon as I was going to open my mouth, behind me, like a few rows behind me, pastor's wife stood up and she said, this is what the Lord says. The book of Revelation has started. The book of Revelation has started. And I have my notes here. At that point, the Lord gave me a word, and it was in Genesis 41:32. And this is when the Lord spoke to Joseph regarding Pharaoh's dream. And it says, as, and I'm going to go ahead and read it. As for having two similar dreams, it means that these events have been decreed by God and he will soon make it happen. I was mentioned twice. It was mentioned in the dream twice that the book of Revelation has started. The book of Revelation has started. First, it was mentioned to me, and immediately it was mentioned to pastor's wife right behind me, a couple of rows down. And in that dream, the Lord gave me Genesis 41:32. And then that's when I woke up. And this was in November of 2019. And December of 2019, COVID hit. And why am I waiting until this day to mention this dream? Because the Lord told me to mention it until now. And because I did not have this channel in 2019. And so the Lord told me to say this dream. And I do believe that the book of Revelation has started. According to what the Lord spoke to me and what he revealed to me, I do believe it. And so therefore, out of obedience, I am giving this word out. And so having said that, I do encourage highly all the pros of the Lord and everyone out there listening. Get your life right before the Lord, because he's coming soon. The words of the prophecy of this book of the Bible will come to pass. It will come to pass. Remember, for one day to God could be 1,000 years for us, So it's just, everything's in God's time. But what he has started, he will finish. He will complete. Everything he has said will come to pass. So pros of the Lord, today, this is not to put fear upon you, but to encourage you to continue living right before the Lord, to continue living as best as you can, asking the Lord to forgive you, getting right with Him and living a godly life before Him. Because in the end, everyone, both small and great, will stand before Him and give accounts of our lives. So do your very best, Pearl, to live your life right before Him. I hope this was a blessing to you. And please share this video with someone else that needs to be encouraged to continue living righteous before the Lord. No matter what happens, no matter what trials, no matter what comes, let's continue living for Him. Be blessed, and please put thumbs up. And thank you so much. Until next time, blessings.